Stroke is often called the silent enemy because it can strike without any warning. After the age of 50, many people ignore the small signs that something is wrong. The reality is that even a slight delay in action can change life forever. Losing the ability to walk independently, struggling with memory, or even facing death. These are the stakes. The World Health Organization reports that stroke is now the second leading cause of death worldwide. More than 6.5 million lives are lost every single year because of this one condition. In the United States, the Centers for Disease Control estimates that someone experiences a stroke every 40 seconds. By the end of the year, that adds up to more than 795,000 people affected. And here's a fact that often shocks people. 1 in 4 stroke cases happens to someone under 65. That means the danger does not wait until late old age. It can come earlier than many expect. But there is good news. Experts agree that most strokes are not random. They are linked to preventable risks. By understanding the hidden dangers now, you can protect your freedom, your memory, and your independence tomorrow. This is why today's conversation matters for you and your family. Number 1. High blood pressure. High blood pressure is the single most important risk factor for stroke. According to the CDC, nearly half of all strokes are linked to uncontrolled blood pressure. That means millions of people are carrying a hidden danger inside their arteries every day. What makes it so dangerous is that hypertension usually has no clear symptoms. You can feel perfectly fine while the pressure inside your blood vessels is silently rising. Over time, this constant pressure weakens and damages the delicate walls of your arteries. When those vessels in the brain are stressed for too long, the chance of a blockage or rupture increases dramatically. The Lancet published research showing that lowering systolic blood pressure by just 10 millimeters of mercury reduces stroke risk by about 27%. That is a massive gain from a relatively small adjustment. Yet many people skip routine blood pressure checks at home, assuming they will feel it if something is wrong. The truth is, you often don't feel it until it is too late. The good news is that control is within reach. Simple steps like reducing salt in meals, staying active with a daily walk, and keeping weight in check all support healthier blood pressure. And above all, measuring at home with a reliable cuff gives you power over the numbers before they become a crisis. Your independence tomorrow may depend on those small, steady choices today. Number 2. High cholesterol. High cholesterol is another silent danger that builds up slowly over time. The CDC reports that about 2 in 5 American adults have high cholesterol. Yet only half of them are receiving proper treatment or control. That means millions are walking around with clogged arteries without even knowing it. When cholesterol levels rise, fatty deposits begin to stick to the walls of your blood vessels. This buildup, known as plaque, narrows the arteries and restricts blood flow to the brain. Sometimes these plaques break loose, forming clots that can block blood supply in seconds. The result can be a sudden, devastating stroke that changes life in an instant. Unlike blood pressure, cholesterol cannot be tracked with a home cuff. You need regular blood tests to know your numbers and act before damage sets in. The good news is that small, steady changes make a big difference. Choosing more fiber-rich foods like oats, beans, apples, and vegetables helps lower LDL, the bad cholesterol. Replacing saturated fats with healthier oils, such as olive oil or canola, supports heart and brain health. And if your doctor recommends medication, combining it with lifestyle changes multiplies the benefit. Managing cholesterol is not about perfection. It's about keeping the blood vessels flexible and open so your brain receives the oxygen it needs every day. Protecting your independence often starts with a simple blood test and a few mindful choices at the table. Number 3. Heart disease. Heart problems like atrial fibrillation and coronary artery disease can quietly set the stage for a stroke. Atrial fibrillation, often called AFib, is an irregular heartbeat that millions of Americans live with. It may feel like fluttering in the chest, or sometimes nothing at all, but research shows AFib increases stroke risk up to 5 times. Why? Because when the heart doesn't beat evenly, blood can pool and form dangerous clots. Those clots can then travel straight to the brain and block blood flow in an instant. Coronary artery disease carries its own risks. When arteries feeding the heart are narrowed by plaque, circulation weakens, and the chance of clot formation rises. Together, AFib and blocked arteries create a perfect storm for stroke. The hidden danger is that many older adults dismiss chest discomfort or fatigue as just getting older. In reality, these may be early signs that the heart is struggling. The encouraging news is that detection is improving. Simple tests like an EKG or wearing a small heart monitor can reveal irregular rhythms. Treatment options range from medication to procedures that restore healthier rhythms and reduce clot risk. Every step taken to protect the heart also protects the brain, because in the end, a strong heartbeat is what keeps your independence, your memory, and your daily freedom alive. Number 4. Diabetes. Diabetes is more than a blood sugar problem. It's a serious threat to your brain. According to the NIH, people living with diabetes have about twice the risk of stroke compared to those without it. High blood sugar slowly damages the lining of blood vessels, making them stiff and fragile. Over time, this damage speeds up plaque buildup and narrows the arteries that feed the brain. That means circulation is compromised, and clots can form more easily. Even short spikes in blood sugar add stress to the system, like rust wearing down a pipe. The hidden danger is that many people don't connect diabetes with stroke until after it happens. But the link is clear, and the risk grows with every year of uncontrolled sugar levels. The encouraging part is that better control makes a difference almost immediately. Research shows that lowering A1C, the long-term blood sugar marker, helps reduce vascular damage and stroke risk. Practical steps are within reach. Choosing water over sugary drinks, eating balanced meals with lean proteins and whole grains, and walking after dinner all help stabilize blood sugar. Regular checkups with your doctor add another layer of protection, since medication and lifestyle often work best together. Managing diabetes is not just about avoiding complications, it's about preserving your independence, keeping your memory sharp, and staying active with family and friends. Your choices each day can keep both your heart and your brain safer for the years ahead. Number 5. Obesity and inactivity. Carrying extra weight is not only hard on your joints, it also strains your brain and heart. The Lancet reports that obesity raises the risk of stroke by as much as 64%. That's because excess fat fuels inflammation, raises blood pressure, and disrupts healthy cholesterol levels. When these forces combine, blood vessels stiffen, and the chance of clot formation rises sharply. But the problem doesn't stop there. Inactivity makes the risks even worse. The CDC notes that adults who move less than 150 minutes per week face a 20 to 30% higher chance of stroke. Sitting for hours at a time allows circulation to slow, giving clots more time to form. The hidden danger is how common these patterns become after retirement. Without work routines, many people unintentionally spend more time in the chair than on their feet. The good news is that small steps make a huge difference. Even a 10-minute walk after meals helps blood sugar control, supports weight management, and improves circulation. Choosing lighter meals, like more vegetables, beans, and lean protein, makes it easier to shed pounds without expensive diets. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Simple daily activity, combined with steady eating habits, can take the load off your arteries and protect your independence. In the long run, keeping your body in motion is one of the most powerful ways to keep your brain safe. Number 6. Sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is more than just loud snoring. It's a hidden risk that can quietly damage the brain. This condition causes breathing to stop and start throughout the night, often without the person even realizing it. Each pause lowers oxygen levels, forcing the heart and blood vessels to work harder. Over time, this pattern raises blood pressure, stresses circulation, and starves the brain of oxygen. Research in sleep medicine shows that people with severe sleep apnea have 2 to 3 times the risk of stroke. The danger is that many older adults dismiss tiredness, morning headaches, or restless sleep as just aging. In reality, these may be signals that the body is fighting to breathe. Left untreated, sleep apnea keeps the body in a state of constant stress every night. The good news is that detection is easier than ever. Simple sleep studies, sometimes done at home, can confirm the problem. Treatment options like CPAP machines, dental devices, or even weight loss can restore normal breathing. When breathing is steady, blood pressure improves, the heart rests, and the brain receives the oxygen it needs. Better sleep not only protects against stroke, it restores energy, mood, and focus during the day. Protecting your nights is one of the smartest steps to safeguard your independence in the years ahead. Number 7. Stress and depression. Stress and depression may seem emotional, but their effects run deep into the body. Chronic stress keeps the hormone cortisol elevated, which drives blood pressure higher and makes blood vessels more vulnerable. Over time, this constant strain can trigger irregular heart rhythms and increase clot formation. Depression brings its own risks. A large study published in the BMJ found that long-term depression raises stroke risk by about 45%. That's nearly 1.5 times higher than in people without depression. The danger lies in how these conditions overlap. Stress often fuels unhealthy habits like overeating, smoking, or drinking more alcohol. Depression may reduce motivation to exercise or keep medical appointments. Together, they create a cycle that weakens both the heart and the brain. The encouraging news is that support makes a measurable difference. Simple practices like daily walking, deep breathing, or talking with a trusted friend lower stress hormones. Therapies, whether counseling or medication guided by a doctor, can restore balance and reduce long-term risk. And staying socially connected, sharing meals, joining groups, or spending time with family helps protect both mood and brain health. Caring for your mental well-being is just as vital as caring for your blood pressure or cholesterol. Because when the mind is supported, the body follows, and the path to independence stays open. Connection. When risks come together, each of these risks may seem small on their own, but the real danger appears when they overlap. High blood pressure alone is a heavy burden on the arteries, but add diabetes, excess weight, or constant stress, and the pressure multiplies. It's like stacking bricks on a fragile wall. Eventually, something cracks. Medical researchers call this the cumulative effect. When 2 or more risk factors occur together, the likelihood of stroke rises far beyond the sum of each part. For example, someone with both hypertension and diabetes faces more than double the risk compared to having just one of those conditions. Add obesity or depression, and the odds grow even steeper. Think of each risk as a puzzle piece. One piece may not show the whole picture, but when all the pieces fit together, the image that forms is a sudden, life-changing stroke. And it doesn't just threaten life itself, it can also steal independence, the ability to walk, cook, or even dress without help. That's why paying attention early is so important. Managing even one factor, like blood pressure or sleep, can lighten the load on your brain and heart, because every small step weakens the chain before it locks into place. And those choices, made today, can keep tomorrow's picture clear and bright instead of broken. Don't let one small mistake grow into a lifelong burden. A stroke can take away independence in a single moment, but prevention happens in small, steady steps. Start with the basics, schedule regular checkups and know your numbers. Measure your blood pressure at home, keep an eye on blood sugar, and don't ignore the warning signs your body sends. Build meals around simple, healthy choices: more vegetables, more fiber, and fewer salty or fried foods. Even 30 minutes of walking a day helps lower pressure, improve circulation, and protect your brain. Rest is just as vital. Good sleep restores your heart, balances stress, and keeps memory sharp. These aren't extreme changes. They are simple habits that add up over time. And each habit is like a shield protecting your freedom to live, move, and enjoy your family. So take the first step today, because tomorrow's health depends on what you do right now. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-based tips to protect your heart, brain, and independence. Remember, this content is for information only, not a substitute for medical advice. Always check with your doctor before making changes to your diet or treatment plan.